Here I always have to put the mic up. Um, so it's gonna be a short one. I've only slept about 1 hour in the past, I think 30. So I'm not like I'm not doing good. I'm not. Just chilling out. Just wanted to see how everyone's doing on a Saturday night. Oosh. I'm trying to get back in the piano, but a lot of stuff's been happening this week, especially today, and I'm gonna get into what happened today in a little bit. It's kind of interesting. But Um, a lot of drama this week, and I actually feel pretty ashamed that I threw my hat in the ring by, doing the things I did. Do I regret it? Hell no. But I mean, stuff happened, and I'm sorry, I'm playing my keyboard right now. I haven't used it in a while, and people have actually been messaging me about my recent actions. Nothing negative, but people have just been telling me that why do I bother? Why am I wasting my time? Um by talking about this person, you're just giving them what they want. You're providing content for them that you're better than this, and like a whole mess of like things. And I kind of agree with it, especially how how these people get like um things could get very scary, and I'm not backing out or anything. At least I don't think I should. I don't think I should back out. I don't know what the majority of people here say. I'm not even looking at my chat. Um, Patty cakes. To be honest, I'm a little bit shaken up because when it happened, uh, like I kind of got like rocked in there. When I went to the side of the road, it was like a incline. But I'm good. I'm scared to go to sleep because my head and my neck have been hurting a little bit, and I'm probably gonna go to sleep in a bit because I can't stay up anymore. Providing a public service and exposing fraud, giving a taste of real medicine like she gave to Vanessa, and that's what's hard because there's like two groups, and I feel really weird saying that there's two groups of people who both enjoy me. Isabel, what's going on, Isabel? Sorry, I'm getting too distracted with this piano. But some people are saying, yeah, continue going, continue doing this, continue, exposing, continue. Yeah, see, friend, I was in an accident today, so I think someone's voodoo might have actually started working, but I'm fine. Yeah, I'm actually feeling like really weird. I've been feeling weird all day, but like right in front of me when I was driving, there was like a wreck, and then like cars were swerving one way. I swerved one way that took me off the road to where I ended up kind of like sideways like this, and uh, at this point, it's one of those situations where it's cheaper just to buy a car, but I'm not like cheaper to buy a new car, but I'm not done paying this one, so I need to kind of take care of that. It was I don't even know the list. They listed a bunch of stuff, and person of the thousands. I'm not asking for any help. I'm just telling the story here. Um, I don't go anywhere with my hand out. Put sugar under your tongue. Hey, that works. I didn't even know anything about that. Sugar water. I don't know if I should, but yeah. Out of all the cars that were involved, because there was multiple cars involved, I probably did good because I mean I didn't have to. I got to drive my car home. When the other person who like caused the whole fiasco didn't. I don't know where they took her and her car and stuff, but hey, I'm still here. Um, yeah, what does sugar under the tongue do? I haven't even seen where Jaime is. But yeah, back to this whole covering Ophelia thing. I think a lot of people. Hold on, people are. Oh, I got a bunch of messages right now. What's going on, people? Oh, hmm, that's weird. Now, so I'm gonna start like a jazz club here. That whole copyright thing, it's that happened with my video. It's not over. There's like things that are happening, but I'm not gonna get into it because not counting chickens before they hatch or anything. Just talking in general about that. But I'm excited to see what's gonna happen next, and I know everyone else is gonna be excited. Doesn't hurt to try the sugar if it works. I'll try it. I will try that. I'll find out. Now I hope whoever likes because I don't know where this whole sugar thing started. I hope that's not like a trap to like increase whatever bad juju I got. Because I don't even know if I told you all last week. Last week my car wouldn't turn on for a whole week, and um, after a lot of trial and error, I had to like fix my own car. So you just do that, or is there? I learned so much. Okay, it works. Okay. Hey, there could be multiple people doing voodoo. Okay, I'm not saying it's just that one person. I think I've made enough enemies this week to where they're collaborating together. And I didn't like the way that chat came out. Oh, there we go. That looks a lot better. Report, report, report. Hey, Lenore, what's going on? No bad juju in this group, and that's why I love you all. That's why I love you all. So yeah, my car. I probably won't see my car for a few days, but that's why it helps to have two. That's why it helps. And good thing I don't have to go to work for the next couple of days. So I'm gonna just relax here at home. I've been the dimension will probably say he dreamed it later on. She could talk. I mean, let's talk about freedom of speech. She's allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say some things too. Austin is bad traffic. I'd rather take the toll. Exactly. I was kind of stupid to head to the 35 when I could have just taken the toll road. But the toll road adds up. I use it almost every day, and I'm scared to look at what that bill looks like. Don't claim bad juju. I really don't know what it is. Even my friend who, because I just got out of work and I ended up, at a weird angle on the side of the road. My friend had gotten out of work. He saw and he like kind of pulled up next to me. He did a turnaround. He pulled up next to me, and he's like, "What's going on with you? Like, who have you pissed off? Because there's always something going wrong with you. It's like something with your car, something with your bank account, something with your PlayStation, something with your computer. Like, someone has it out for you because they're like little by little trying to get to you." And I'm like, I just have bad luck. I've done a lot of bad things, I guess. Get a Texas tag for the toll road. Um, yeah, I'm trying to, but I need to bring that balance down to 0, so, eventually, I'm gonna get to there. I don't believe in that, nothing can break my arm or my mighty weapon. Hey, that's good. You're a good person with a good heart. Hey, thank you. Uh, I try. I'm not the yeah, voodoo doesn't work. I don't believe in voodoo. I believe in voodoo donuts because voodoo donuts are, like, really delicious. If you know, you know. If you've had a voodoo donut, I wish I have my voodoo sweater somewhere, but I don't think I have it here with me. But yeah, it's good. Um, so all that stuff, just let them. Yeah, I owe a lot. Have you been? I'm sorry. Apparently, stuff's happening on with other platforms, and I have no idea what's going on. What's it? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. My wife was watching my live, and she brought my Voodoo Donut mug. I only wish she would have, brought it with something in it. But yeah, Voodoo Donut's the best. We're getting our second one here in Austin, and it's a little bit closer to me, so I'll be able to, go more often because I hate going downtown. I go downtown for 'em when I need it, but it's not bad. And I was gonna say something about the accident today. What? I was gonna say something. I thought it was um hilarious. I thought it was hilarious because I was upset. I did have a panic attack because I was freaking out because the way my car looked, it looked like my entire like bottom thing was being like held together with just the force of whatever angle I was on. Um, but I was like, hey, it could be a lot worse. Like I looked at like the other cars, I looked and thought like at least I could probably drive my car home tonight. I didn't get to, but at least my car is running. I had to drive like a mile and a half on flats because I needed to go get like new tires. I got that taken care of. I was like, okay, let me take this to the shop because I see this weird green liquid. It's either coolant or it's, antifreeze or it's something. Let me go get this looked at. And then all that happened and I was upset. My wife, calmed me down because by this time I was already at home with her. She calmed me down. She's like, hey, look, at least we're still here talking. I called my dad about it. Like I told him because he had, I guess he had heard what had happened. So I called him to talk to him about it. And he was like, hey, look, at least we're here talking on the phone right now. And I'm not rushing all the way to Austin to see you in a hospital or worse. And he was all like, um, Emily still has, her dad here, and like you should be grateful for that. And I am grateful for it. I'm really happy that I'm okay. Radiator fluid. Yeah, I think it is because the radiator core and some of the tubing has to completely be taken out and replaced. So it probably was the radiator. It was that. The compressor needs to be redone. I need an AC pressure test. I think they said something about like recycle or recharge the AC. I got an oil change out of it, so that's I'll take that win. Like, hey, I got new oil in there. Um, and then there's some other part. And what freaked me out, it wasn't a feral boar. Um, I want to stop playing my music here. Let me just. Could have been worse, and I know I should be thankful. I know, everything should be good. It's just a bad way to start the weekend. Like I had just gotten out of work and all this happened, and I don't know what's up with cops. The cops I know, like my buddies, are cool. This Austin cop, but he obviously didn't want to be there. But I looked at the time; it was probably shift change for him, and he really didn't want to be there. And yeah, so I'm cool. I'm not um as upset as I was. I'm not as stressed as I was. I'm not. Hold on. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. Who's this? Or is it silent?
It's Fernanda.
Oh, hey, what's going
No,
on?
it's me, it's Fernanda. Fernanda.
Hey, what's up?
So now I was watching your show and wanted to call in because we talked about this. And, I think you're heading in a better direction. I know you're not very spiritual, but sometimes, Victor, the Lord shows us ways to make us snap. Kind of like, hey, pay attention to me.
Yeah.
And he sends us little signs. And you've had all these bad things happening to where now he sends a big one. Like, hey, wake up, buddy, wake up. You have more important things to do with your life than worry about an online drama. You have a beautiful wife, beautiful little girl, beautiful family.
Yeah.
and you should put your attention to them because
Well, I
all
mean,
those are things that
they're always in the front of my attention. I mean,
of course.
they never take the sidecar, they never take the back burner or anything. Like, even before I go live, I always ask my wife. I'm like, hey, like, I want to go live real quick, like, but afterwards, like, let's make dinner, or afterwards, let's watch a movie together and stuff like that. Like, let me just do this quick thing for like 30 minutes and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you don't. What I'm saying is the Lord's trying to tell you that. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. I'm still here. I'm just listening.
Okay. So I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just saying that you're preoccupied in things, and the Lord is just trying to tell you, hey, buddy, I need you to focus your attention over here. And sometimes, too, what happens is y'all have this online war, and there's the law of attraction. And what happens with the law of attraction is that when you play these games, it's a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So what happens is we all know this woman, and we know she's a pathological liar, and she embellishes the truth about everything. So what happens is a lot of this online war, what it is it's reactive abuse to where it's getting into fight or flight mode with everyone.
Yeah,
I
see
that. You don't want
that.
to get in fight or flight mode because that's going to take you years to get over and a lot of money in therapy probably. But she does these things to really like get to you, and then when you get upset and you're like, I just want, and you're making these projections like I want her to get arrested, or I want this, I want that. Come back to you. You're playing with a double-edged sword. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I think probably the best.
But I mean, I never
right now.
Like to clear it up. I never get upset. It's just that I see like so many
lies.
Yeah, and like I'm like, okay, you're gonna say this, but I could easily, refer to your own words over here, and you're proving yourself wrong, kind of situation. And I find it more entertaining than like coming out of a place of anger or anything, because I'm all like, okay, like you could continue this whole thing, but you've also completely gone against it, or your followers are attacking me for this, but you've done way worse for a much longer time. Like, I've just been doing this for a week.
Right. And so what happens though is, like I said, you sit in this, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So what happens is you sit there in this like reactive abuse state to where it's getting to fight or flight mode.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes y'all are so busy just wanting to let the truth out, but in the end, sometimes it's not going to matter because her people are seeing her as gold and her word is gold, and they don't watch your shows. So it's like you're talking out to thin air. Everybody else knows the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows the truth, So back to what I was saying before, instead of worrying about that, just let it be, because what happens with somebody like that woman, and with a narcissistic personality, is that the best way to play with them is you just say one truth and that's it. Oh man, they will come. She'll probably make 5 or 6 lies to prove that she's right about something and this and that, but at the same time, she's incriminating herself. So you just let her confess it. Let her confess things, and you can mess with her instead. You can turn around and make a lie to have her come and tell the truth about what she did, and like, oh, now we got you. You see, to let her incriminate herself. Let her keep going. Don't get into that. And we know she likes to put people in a pickle jar. Okay, she puts you in a pickle jar. She says this. Okay, that's fine. Go put some cayenne pepper and 4 whole cloves in front of your yard, in your front of your door, and you'll be fine. But just don't put too much energy or projection into that way, because it's starting to come back at you. It's a double-edged sword. And instead look at manifesting some more positive things in your life. Because honestly, you are an actual influencer. She's not an influencer at all by far. She's not. She's just someone trying to get money off the internet, right?
Yeah.
So You, though, you actually have an actual platform. You're an actual influencer, and you can do so much positive in this world. So much positive. So instead of looking at that, just ignore it and just manifest the positive you want to go back into your life, into other people's lives, like you have done in the past with your charity events. You've got Cyber Smiles going on right now. You do wonderful things. So don't let her negative energy invade your positive space. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, like it's. I think I don't even know how to word this. There, like they could easily say that I was doing it because like, oh well, now he's getting views and stuff like that. Like I've had views. I've gotten like some of my highest watched videos have nothing to do with drama, and it's just me talking about like scary movies and hauntings and stuff like that, which is stuff I always say I want to go back to, but it's hard when people are still trying to get my attention. And like that one video I made that had like 32 seconds of her content, and I mean she rode that harder than her microphone or her rock or whatever she rides, and made like couple of hours worth of content off of that. And it's easy to get into it. I could have done it. There's one point where I like wanted to come out and say something, but I was like, you know what, it's not worth it. Like it really isn't. And it's not even entertaining. Like with Vanessa, at least it was entertaining to where I would say something, she would give like a rebuttal, and then that would be it, and then I would like stop for like a while. And like it's not bad, it's not good, it's not healthy like mentally to be doing that with Vanessa or anything like that. But like back then, I mean, I was a different person, she was a completely different person back then. And although like I there's still like negative stuff between me and her, and like I don't think we're ever going to be friends or associates or anything like that, but I mean, at least I was able to walk away from that, and at least she was able to walk away from it, and then fine, it doesn't have to continue. It's not like we're still going back and forth like to this day.
Well, this woman is a very toxic person, and I found that out,
Mhm.
which is why I don't talk to her anymore. She's very toxic. And
Wait, who we talk?
Ophelia.
Oh, okay.
She's very toxic. And so what you have to remember too, probably what's going inside of her, why she's raging so hard, is because she's never amounted to anything in her life. Nothing. Nothing at all. And that's what upsets her more than anything, and why she acts out the way that she does. And typical narcissists, they leech on to other people's money and other people's possessions and other people's belongings. Mm-hmm. And you saw how she did that with her own sisters and her family. She inherited practically everything her mom had, right?
From what I heard, I think it was like a house. I think the house was the only thing. I don't know if there's more.
I believe there's more, and because even Angie talked about it, how she was like the black sheep, like pushed aside, and Ophelia was the princess that got everything. Mm-hmm. So you got to remember, with somebody like her, she's just really upset inside, because look at you, you've got an amazing job in IT, you got a nice place in Austin now, you've really leveled up in your life 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. You've been leveling up, and so has other people. They've been leveling up. And she's the type of woman, she's never leveled up about anything. The only thing she's done is inherited what she has, and if she didn't inherit what she's got, she's asked for money online. So people are sending her money online, and that's how she gets her money. She don't work.
Yeah.
She just takes. She takes from everybody. That's all she does. Is she's very toxic. She sits there. She takes whatever she wants from everybody, and then once she gets what she wants out of you, she discards you like a piece of trash. Right?
Yeah.
And so her mind is the reason why she's the way she is a lot of it is, the root of it is jealousy. She's never done anything in her life. And now she's like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this platform. But she's such a disgusting person and so toxic with her mouth, which even when I first met her, I thought, oh, this is a really nice lady. Oh, no, she's a whole different person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm saying is, her mouth is so nasty, her attitude is so nasty, she's so negative, so toxic. She's never going to get anywhere in life. She's never going to get anywhere in life. And you have already. And that's what makes her so mad. And so the only thing they can do to you is sit there like kids in a playground and do name calling and make up lies. I mean, are we in high school anymore? No.
Hey,
Right?
mentally, some people might be. I mean, mentally, some people I feel are in elementary school with some of the insults that were thrown my way and sent into like my comments and stuff like that.
Because that's what it is. It's school kid games. We're not in high school anymore. We're grown adults. So, you know, I would just ignore all that. Try and your life in a different direction and your channel and everything. And I think all the bad juju you have will clear up. Okay?
Yeah, probably.
And you
Yeah,
know what? Let the law handle her. Let the law handle her. She obviously has nothing to lose. She's been arrested 4 times already. You know, she has
yeah,
nothing to lose. She obviously doesn't care if she gets locked up again and for a couple of years. So you know what? Just let her be. Let her keep running that mouth. Let her keep incriminating herself. Let her keep doing disgusting acts, and let her be. Meanwhile, you do what I do. Go live a positive life because you know who the real person she is, right?
yeah. I think a lot of people
And
do.
there's no point.
And I mean, this week I've had more people reach out to me than ever, like talking about like pretty much what you're saying. And I was like, wow, like I didn't know there's like I know there's a lot of people. Everyone knows there's a lot of people. There's more on against than for. But yeah, this
Well,
week
yeah, she sits
this
there
week it was
thinking
like a
I
whole
got
lot
so
more
many.
people reaching out to me.
See, and she sits there thinking I got all these views. I got all these views, honey. The only reason why you got all those views is because their haters are coming to see what you're saying, and law enforcement is watching what's coming out of your mouth, and they're recording it. That's
Yeah.
what it is. So don't sit there and brag about it because you're just bringing yourself down. That's why I don't do that. I don't get into any of that. You know, I just woman where she belongs. It's over there, right? Over there.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I do.
Just ignore her. Just ignore her. Focus on you and your wife and kids like you have been. And I want to say go to church on tomorrow, but I know how hard that is with you.
Yeah, I don't think I've even shared my story on like the issue, not issues, but like my stance on religions and stuff like that. But like that's a whole other
I
that's a
know.
whole other story. Like, um, yeah,
So if you don't do that, maybe do the law of attraction. Just do some meditation and or some Reiki, and do a little chant to yourself. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Better things are coming my way. Better things are coming my way. I deserve good things in my life. I deserve good positive things in my life. You could do that too. If you're not somebody who goes into a church on Sunday, then you can find other ways to practice your spirituality and bring that positive manifestation in and bring those beautiful things into your life. And the more you do for the community, the more you get back in return.
yeah, and I get that. And um, the one argument I have, and like I'm just gonna like leave this argument, and then like I'm just gonna probably I don't know end the live or change the topic. But when they bring in like, oh well, I bring in this many views, look how many views I have here and stuff like that. But with that argument, they're saying they're better because they have more views than like, for example, me. And I'm not defending Vanessa and I'm not attacking Vanessa. I'm just using Vanessa as an example. Vanessa has, a video that's over 16,000 views in that she posted 2 weeks ago. Like, does that make Vanessa better than her then? Like, can the same
Oh yeah.
is the same argument valid, or are they going to change the argument because it doesn't fit what they want it to fit? You could like whatever, either you hate her or you love her. When it comes to Vanessa, she brings the views, people will watch. But using the Peacock's argument, does that mean Vanessa's better than them because she's able to like bring in all these views over them? Or are they going to admit that are they going to admit that what the argument a lot of people say is like, oh well, everyone stops to watch the circus? Well, if they're going to use that argument towards Vanessa, it applies right back to them. Then like it doesn't mean the views don't mean that's how many votes you're going to get. The views doesn't mean that that's how many people actually support you. A lot of people, I call it hate watch. They watch someone they don't like because they just want to find flaws in their arguments. They just want to find their flaws and show people like, hey, this person is wrong because look at the things they do or the things they say. And that could even be applied to me. Like people hate watch me. A lot of peacocks hate watched me this past week, but I thank them for the views and their contribution to Cyber Smiles.
Well, I'll tell you what. Put it this way: you get along with all the other bloggers, right? You're not the one sitting there and you've got so many different bloggers firing at one woman. That ought to tell you about a view count.
Yeah.
Everybody is
And
firing at her.
And I'm not okay.
Nobody
I'm not
likes
okay with
her.
all the other bloggers. I mean, there are like issues between me and certain people, but we don't make that public. We don't turn that into a reason for people to watch us. We don't make, public fights or public arguments and stuff like where everyone's well, not everyone's a grown adult, but the majority of us are grown adults to where we could talk in private. We could have a private phone call and be like, hey, like, you got to stop saying this about me, or you got to stop bringing me in this, or hey, I don't agree with what you did here. I don't want to make it a big thing. I don't want to comment on your video and turn it into like, oh, well, they're fighting, they hate each other kind of thing. Like, no, like we're cool. I'll comment on your stuff. You can comment on my stuff. You could, like my posts and stuff, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah. And as for Vanessa, I wish I'd done this in the past and I didn't, but if you go back and look at Vanessa's old videos when she first started up to now, she actually is she's very smart. I have talked to her and I've gotten to know her, and she's actually extremely smart.
Well, I haven't had a conversation with her, and I don't think we ever will. So I don't even think I could have an argument on like how she is as a person.
Yeah, it's just some of her wording comes off wrong sometimes, so it sounds like she doesn't know. It's just the wording. But no, she's pretty smart, and she is a very nice person. And if you really get to know her,
Yeah.
So I would say when it comes to Vanessa, yes, she is an influencer. Yes, she does have an actual following, and she has a lot of followers who love her.
No, she does.
Look
I mean,
at the comments. Look at all the
look
at her comments.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. And this is also like this could also be a dig at me. And I'm not throwing shade at anybody or anything. But if you look at, let's say for example, Ophelia's platform, it's usually the same, 10 people, and that's cool. If you have like a solid base of followers and you're close to these 10 people, that's cool. I'm not throwing shade at them or anything. Same thing with me. I always have like the usual group of people in my chat that that they're always here. We have like little inside jokes, we talk and stuff like that. That's fine. But every once in a while I'll see Vanessa when she's live, and it's always different people. People could say that it's fake accounts, like bots, make up any excuse to fit your argument. But the the, the truth is she'll bring in people in every video. There'll always be like a different group of supporters and stuff like that. And I mean,
yeah, she has a great following.
That's I was always under the assumption that they were bots. I investigated a little bit. If they're bots, she's put in so much work into these fake accounts, because these are accounts that have been there for like years. They have like, interactions with other profiles and stuff like that. So I'm gonna say that all of them are fake.
All of Vanessa's are fake?
I'm gonna say not all of them are fake.
Oh, not all of them.
I'm still on the fence on, if all of them are real or not. But
I had one of them reach out to me. That's how her and I started talking. One of them reached out and I gave them my number. No, they gave me her number, and then her and I talked, and that's how I met her. And so no, I don't think she uses bots. I think she actually has that following, and you have that following too, Victor. A lot of people love you. A lot of people do love you, but you got to remember too, they make more videos than you. You have a full-time job, so you don't have time to do a video every single day.
Yeah, like I'm happy if I could squeeze out one a week. If I could squeeze out one a week, I feel accomplished. I feel like it was a success, because there's times where I've gone like weeks without posting or doing anything like that, and that's usually when I feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, life catches up with you. Life catches up with you, and you always prioritize your family. And I see that, and that's great about you. You always prioritize your daughter and your wife and your family. And that's why you don't get to do this all the time, because you're the man of the house, and as the man of the house, you have a lot of responsibility. So doing this blogging is like a little side hustle. Not, I wouldn't say hustle, because you don't hustle. You actually give away more than what you're bringing in. But you do this just part time, or not even part time hours. And so, sorry, that was my watch.
Yeah, this
So,
is it. Yeah, this is and it will always be just a hobby. It's not something I plan on getting rich over or quitting my job to do. That's a dream. That would be nice, but I think I would get tired of it, like doing a live every day and stuff like that. No shame to those who have the energy and
right.
to do it. Like no shame if you could do it. More power to you. I don't hate you for it,
Yeah.
but it's just not my thing. I feel like
But
I
listen,
could.
even though
I feel like I could put my time and energy into something a lot better for me. Like I started, playing my music again. I got my piano here. I got my guitar here. I got a ukulele over there. I found it.
being a one man band,
Yeah, that doing my drawings. I started, drawing again too. So like I'm just having fun, like being more productive that way.
yeah, and it's very therapeutic to do that too. But even though, like I said, even though you're just doing this as partially, part time, you still got a great following. And if you did it,
No, I do, and
doing more.
I do, and I mean anyone who messages me. I mean, even when it's negative, I still thank them. Like even when I get negative comments, when people are bashing me, I'm like, hey, look, you at least took time out of your day to spend talking to me, and I thank you for that.
Right. Exactly. So no, I think you're doing great. Don't think you're not, because you honestly have a way better true following than over there. So don't even think you're not a good influencer or blogger. You really are.
Yeah.
And if you're, and it's up to you. I mean, it's really up to you. But in my personal opinion, and I'm one of those people that reaches out to you, I think you should just leave all that alone. Leave that war alone. Let them say whatever they want to say. Who cares? We're grown adults, right?
Yeah.
Let them act like kids in the playground. The way that she acts, she's just a kid in a playground. Just walk away and prioritize on you and your family the way you have been, but manifest more into your life.
Yeah, and like the video that got taken down, fine, it doesn't bother me. Like I'm okay with it because the message got out there. Like there's already been like clips like circulating of it and stuff like that. Like, hey, I did what I did it.
And
It's
that's
fine.
another thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
And that's the other thing is right now YouTube is finally starting to do a little bit more into their channels and research into them.
Mm-hmm.
Before you could put reports and nothing's happening. Well, now it looks like they're finally catching up on stuff. And so is Facebook. Facebook is also making new stuff, and you talked about that the other day about digital creators. They can't be cussing and things of that nature. So
yeah,
the other thing you have to look at is if you intend to keep your channel and you intend to keep your digital creator profile, if you keep in that battle with them, not only are you bringing negative energy into your space and into your life, now you have a chance of losing money on blogging, money that you use to get back out to the community. And you could lose your channel, and you don't want to jeopardize yourself, do you?
No, I wouldn't want to, but if it happens, hey, it happens. I mean, I grew it once, I could grow it again, um and it's not about the views. Like I really don't make a lot off of this. Like I'm not like in a month I could probably, put a couple of gallons of gas in my car. Like it's not like I'm breaking bank over here or, anything. And like I don't it doesn't bother me. Like if someone makes more than me, that's fine. Like they put more time into it. Not a lot of work, but they put time. There's a complete difference between time and work when it comes to these videos.
You know what I think everybody should do when it comes to her? Who is actually on that ballot?
Someone sent me a screenshot of like the paperwork, but I can't pull it up right now.
I know Roy Martin's on there, right?
Yeah, I know the current mayor is running for re-election also.
Well, the Roy Martin, the Martin family are good people. They're good people. So I'd say if y'all really want to get at her, instead of doing this back and forth, just stop it. Talk to Roy, and y'all can help him with his grassroots campaign.
And also when it comes to Roy, I know a lot of people are wanting to vote for him just because he's going against Ophelia. I know that's not part of his platform. I don't think people should try and force that image or force that argument that like, oh well, like let's vote for him just to piss Ophelia off. Like voting is something that's very powerful. Voting is something that should be taken very seriously. And if like vote for Roy because you want Roy to win, like yeah, um, and like by people making a joke out of it and stuff like that, that just makes the city look worse than it already does with all these things that people are doing. Like if you want to vote for someone that if you want to vote for anyone except Ophelia, at least have an idea what they're doing. Like you might be putting the city in a bad position by putting someone there that wants to screw over the city just as much as Ophelia does. And you could just be voting for Ophelia 2.0, Vanessa 3.0, like whatever, like it is. Like do your research. That's why I always like to do my research. That's why I like to know what I'm talking about before I just talk, and instead of talking out of my ass or asking the audience to answer the questions for me or referring to Google all the time and stuff like that. Like it just shows like lazy, in my opinion.
No,
But yeah,
if I lived there, I would vote for him. Because I've been out there. I worked out there for a while, and there's not very much. And in the past, they had a lot more.
Mhm.
And just the other day, he was asking people, "What do you miss that we used to have out here that they no longer have anymore?" So his goal is to try and bring all that back instead of it being like there's not very much at all.
Yeah.
And he wants to bring it back, and he wants to make the community safer than what it's been. And he has a lot of positive points, and I would totally vote
exactly.
for him.
And then Jaime told me, he's like, hey, you should cover, the election, like not just her, but you should, talk about like what Roy stands for and like the other platforms too, because a lot of people are going to be looking at this election just because Ophelia's in it. But it would be good to also highlight the others rather than just focus on all the negative, to put some good stuff on like what these people want to do.
Maybe that's what you could do, is see if they want to come on your platform and speak about, give their campaign.
Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe.
And then you've also got people running in Brownsville. You got people, but I don't know if you're really into doing politics.
No, I actually suggest for Manny to take that idea. Has a much better understanding of politics. I have just basic, general knowledge, but I know that's something that Manny's. I mean, that's where he started. Like he started his platform on politics and stuff like that. So I know he doesn't want to get into the drama or anything, but I think if someone's going to talk about politics, I think it should be him. That's like someone going to like Hyman saying, hey, you should cover comic books and action figures, or someone going to Ophelia and saying, hey, you should talk about stocks. Like everyone has something that they're good at. And
have you ever seen Brownsville Tech Online?
No, I haven't.
So Brownsville Tech Online, he gets into politics. He's my old boss, Daniel Salinas. He runs and he's a tech. He runs Brownsville Tech Online, and he does a lot of politics. So, and he's really good at it. And he's related to Erasmo Castro, and so the Castro family. And so he does a lot of it for himself. He'll bring people, like I think on the 13th of February, he's going to have Jessica Trudeau going to come on his show. She's the commissioner, I believe, in Brownsville, and she's running for mayor now because Trey Mendez decided he's going to step down. So she's going to come on his show February 13th. Y'all can find it in Brownsville Tech Live. And she's going to be on there giving her standpoint on, as far as, her political standpoint in her run for mayor. Sorry, I have something in my throat.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't want you to feel bad. And you're great. You're really good at true crime, and you're really good at a lot of things that you do. You're an ambidextrous kind of person. You're a jack of all trades. So you're really good at what you do, and I think there's just much more positive things that you can concentrate on in your life, or hobbies to play with versus dealing with that. because that negative energy is coming into your space.
Yeah.
All right, Bob, I gotta go. I just wanted to call in.
All right. No, thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, I always appreciate anyone who calls in.
And I'm glad you're okay. And, you know, that's just the Lord giving you a wake-up call.
Oh, yeah.
I just had mine not too long ago. So, you know about that one. So
it was, yeah, today was a crazy thing. And I think it was the perfect way for me just to end this crazy week, and hence the title.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm here. I'm here. I'm alive. Probably pissing off people by doing that, but I'm still here.
You know what? Everybody has an opinion. People get mad over the stupidest thing. Just shake it off.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm doing, and that's what I plan on doing. But I think I got another call coming in.
Yeah, I gotta run too. So it was nice talking to you. We'll talk again.
All right.
Good one.
Thank you.
And careful. If you feel any worse, go to the hospital to get checked. You could have a concussion.
That's what I'm worried about, but I'll talk to you later.
Just check if your pupils dilate. Bye.
Hello? Hello? Oh, whoever it was hung up. I don't think my pupils are dilating. No, I think it was just the stress of it, because I was there on the side of the road for maybe about 4 hours after I had just done a 12, 13-hour shift. So that shook me up. And hello?
Hey, you're hanging up on me. What the hell?
Hey, what's up, man? You weren't saying anything. You hung up. My hands were on the screen the whole time.
No, you hang up on me.
Oh, maybe no. This damn service.
Hey, so I want to talk about the Mayo run for the city of Raymondville.
Okay, go for it. It's politics. It's a public topic.
So I'm running for Raymondville mayor.
You are?
Yeah.
All right. What's your platform on the police and cyber stalking?
Well, we're gonna we need to put more emphasis on cyberbullying, cyber stalking. I mean, and not just those particular things. Obviously, we bring those up because of the people, but the city of Raymondville needs to be great again. And I think from all the candidates that are running, I think I have the most potential to bring like outside, influence to make the city great, like investments. Like, whenever people talk about the Rio Grande Republic, when do they talk about Raymondville? Unless it's something bad that's happening.
Yeah, I had to look up to see if Raymondville was still considered part of that. I don't know if it got the boot or anything.
Yeah, so like I said, from all the candidates that are running, well, first I'm the youngest candidate, right? So that's good. You gotta bring like
you're gonna use the platform of bringing youth to the city.
Yeah, exactly. Youth is the future now. I do have to say I'm young, but not that young. All right, but
No, you're not. You're not claiming to be, in your 20s or anything like that.
Yeah, but I'm like the perfect generation. I'm young enough, but not that young, and I'm old, but not that old. I'm like.
What are you a millennial? What or a Gen X, or what are you?
Well, I was born in '83, so I'm not sure what that lands on.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I'm a millennial. I hate that I'm a millennial because it has such a negative connotation towards it, but that's what I am.
Yeah. I just know, like, I was the last of my generation to, like, go outside and play at people's houses, riding a bike, and, I didn't have a cell phone, and I grew up right on the brink of when the internet took over. So I'm like the last of that generation. So whatever that generation is, that's the generation that I am.
Hey, I'm right there with you, man. Stay out until the lights come on, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And my mom had to be calling the neighbors, like, "Hey, is Frank there?" Because there's like 3 or 4 houses that I used to hang out with, so my mom used to call them. Well, yeah, dile que ya se venga, because it would get all like that. But anyway, let me talk about the platform. So yeah, we could talk about and a little bit about cyberbullying or whatever. But really, like, I think not just Raymondville, to be honest. I think the whole Willacy County is so behind on digital infrastructure. And I'm the only candidate, and I don't care what nobody says, I'm the only candidate that has real world experience in information technology. And I think that is where not just the state of Raymondville, but Willacy County as a whole is so behind. Like, I think we need to bridge the gap in that digital divide. So with my experience, I can make that happen.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much. What'd you bring me?
Oh, what happened? You got a sandwich?
No. I was thirsty, and I guess she could tell. I guess she knows me well enough to where she knew my voice to where I was thirsty, so she brought me a drink.
Oh, nice. But yeah. Now I do want to say, like, for example, I think the current mayor for Raymond, I think his name is Gilbert Gonzalez. I think that's the mayor right now.
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know too much about him. And I think the only other candidate that I could really kind of put out there, I think Roy would be a good candidate, but he might be running against me and in a runoff. So we're just gonna let the best man win. But
so you're calling it already? That's gonna be a runoff between you and Roy?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's just one disadvantage that I have against Roy is that Roy is a native from Riverville. He did grow up there.
He's got that got that home field advantage on you.
Yeah, he does. But I definitely like to consider myself. I'm definitely an outsider. I'm definitely the underdog in this race. But if it does come to the runoff, we're gonna just let the best man win. But if Roy wins for whatever reason, hey, I won't feel bad. He's definitely a good candidate. If I wasn't running, then I would definitely be supporting him 100%. But the thing is, I decided to put my name in the hat, and I'm like, fuck it, let's just see what happens.
Yeah, maybe I'll run. Maybe I'll go back to the valley and I'll run like next term.
Well, you don't actually have to live there. You just need to have a like on your actual residency.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need to have is your residency. So you don't really need to live there. And as long as you can make the commission meetings, which is like about once a month, you should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, and Sid here's saying that he heard the Marroquins are well liked in the community, and I've heard that too. Even like I've never said anything bad about Roy, never attacked him or anything like that. But I knew nothing about him, but I knew that like that family was seen in a good light in general.
No, yeah, like I said, if I wasn't running, I would definitely be supporting Roy 100%. So I'm supporting him. Like, I'm glad that he's running because that, it's like they say, like the more people that are running, the better, right? So because it gives more people options. You like in the city of Raymondville, you need to give options to the people. So I think this is a good opportunity to, let the people partake in this election. Like, hey, you have Frank, the outsider. This is what he brings to the city. He brings like a lot of IT experience and a lot of great new ideas. But at the same time, you have Roy. He's like the person that's always been there. He just never really has the time to run for something, and that he's really running for the right reasons. And I think it gives more people the opportunity to have an option. So options are always good.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's for the right reasons, like, more power to you.
Yeah. Now I did hear that there's some other person that's running for mayor. Now I'm not really gonna bring that person up because they're not gonna win. I know that for a fact, but that's why I mentioned that person. But I think, like I said, it'll definitely be a runoff between me and Roy Marroquin.
Cool. I forgot the role, but I'll be there to ask the questions for the debate.
Oh, that'd be good. Like, you should have like an online debate, and invite Roy, myself, and Gilbert Gonzalez.
Yeah, I'll reach out to them and I'll host like a debate that'll be completely
Yeah.
serious, the actual topics, because there's questions I always have whenever it comes to like city officials and stuff. Back when I worked with the city of McAllen, I got to like listen on like a bunch of the infrastructure and administration stuff on the inside and be like, hey, I wonder how someone else would handle this.
Yeah. Well, and I do want to let it be known that if I win, I'm going to bring back flogging.
You're gonna bring back what?
Flogging.
Flogging? What's that?
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm a little bit too old for a lot of your audience, but flogging is whipping people in public for not
Oh,
behaving.
see,
We're going to have to take out the whip and whip them.
that's going like way old school. Like I'm picturing like tar and feathering.
Well, like I said, like I'm old, but not that old, right? So
Yeah.
we're gonna bring back flogging and also like public humiliation. So like if people are acting up, instead of sending them to prison for petty crimes, we're gonna put them on the board, and lock the board and have people throw vegetables at them.
You're gonna turn Raymondville into a medieval town. Hey, but I'm for
Well,
it.
I mean,
I'm for it. If we could have some jousting, I'm up for it.
Hey, it's already medieval as it is. It's in the
Yeah.
Dark Ages.
Yeah, I picture it as Detroit, like in the RoboCop movies.
Wait, you said Danny Detroit?
No, I didn't say Danny Detroit. The city of Detroit.
Oh, you said about RoboCop?
Well, yeah, like in the movie RoboCop, it takes place in Detroit, and it's like just a crazy, anything goes, like modern day Western kind of town.
Oh yeah, for sure. But what else I was gonna say? Hey, so I heard you almost died.
I wouldn't say that. I think I'm making a much bigger deal, but I had three choices. Like crash into the car on the left, crash into the car in front of me, or run my own car off the road and hopefully survive that. And
I think you should.
After finding out how much it's gonna be to fix my car to actually get it to run again, I should have just totaled the car and let the insurance buy me a new one. But insurance is not wanting to pay up, so that's kind of pissing me off.
Oh, hey, you know what? I know somebody you can talk to that can help you.
Yeah.
You gotta talk to my crash attorney, Crash Gal. Leah
Crash
White.
Gal. I remember her.
Yeah, I'll give you her number after we're done on the call. But she can definitely help you, and she'll make those MFers pay up.
Yeah, because even the officer on the scene that I spoke to, and my insurance was like, "Look, the accident happened. What happened to you was like kind of your fault because you're the one who drove. Like you weren't pushed there. You weren't like anything. So they marked it like as at like I was at fault of it. So that's why the insurance isn't wanting to pay up.
Okay, but I mean, somebody's well. Either way, you have full insurance because I mean, you have kind of like a decent vehicle, right?
Yeah, my little 2018 car.
It doesn't even matter if it was your fault. As long as you have full insurance, those MFers have to pay up. So I'll give you Leah Weiss's number. She'll help you get your money's worth.
Yeah, I'll give her a call.
Yeah. What else?
But no, it was a crazy freaking morning. That's not how I wanted to start. I had so many plans for today, and I got nothing accomplished because of that.
And when did this happen today?
This happened this morning. It happened at, I want to say like 7:10, and I wasn't able to like get my car out of that like little ditch thing until maybe 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and then I had to drive on a flat tire that was like I was basically driving on my rim to like the nearest tire shop to get it fixed.
But you said that a wild pig right in front of you?
A wild pig? It was a boar.
It's funny. It's kind of like the No More Cheeseman logo.
I think that's what it was. For a second, I thought it was probably you sending it after me.
Hey, but I did want to comment because obviously, who was that you had on the line? Was that Fernanda Lopez?
Yeah, that was her.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to kind of share my opinion. So I do kind of like share some of that opinion, and some I don't like. Like some I wouldn't say like I'm against it. I'm just kind of disagree.
Okay.
So
And people could disagree. That's cool.
yeah. So yeah, like as far as all the back and forth stuff, like I do agree that you can't let it get to you.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you manage it, moderately, you should be fine. But don't let it consume you, because it gets to the point, and I'm not sure if I told you before, but I know I've definitely told some other people, is that it consumes you, and then before you know it, you're like it's almost like quicksand. I guess if you want to maybe make that comparison, you don't think nothing's gonna happen, but slowly that quicksand's dragging you down, and it's very, very hard to get out of. So I think
I think that's what I was agreeing with, because I had people messaging me throughout the week, sharing like similar opinions on that. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. Like if I continued it and started doing the back and forth, like it didn't bother me enough to like even like make a video response or rebuttal or anything like that. I was just letting it happen because I was like, hey, I got more important, crap to take care of. Like YouTube isn't my life. I think I could have easily just, become just like her, just how she got into it so much with like Vanessa. She became the new Vanessa. Like I don't want to become, the third in line or anything like that. So I was like, you know what? They could talk, they could use me for content if they have nothing, but I'm not gonna be doing like a lot of back and forth or anything like that.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, if you want to comment or throw something out there, I think that's fine on your behalf. But yeah, like obviously that person became Vanessa. She became the person that she hated. It was funny when we all used to, like in the very beginning when we started. There was no arrest. She didn't have any arrest, and but
yeah, and I had made a comment somewhere about the two of them being similar, and this is just observations. This isn't an attack. And then I guess one of the peacocks asked, "How could you say that they're similar? Like, there's nothing similar about them." And I said, I don't know. Like, it's like she's trying to break the record of like Vanessa's record of arrest, doing the long rants, screenshotting anyone who talks bad to go look and research into them. The political career now. I mean, for Christ's sakes, they live on the same street. So I'm all like, you can't say there's no similarities there.
No, yeah, I mean, and I'm pretty sure they'll talk about me because I'm talking on your show, and it's fine. Like I really, they're just mad because I won. I won, and all the things that I said I was going to accomplish, I've accomplished them, or I'm accomplishing them. So I mean, sometimes you have to give them a bone. So like, I guess this is a bone that I'm throwing at them. But like, yeah, I mean, really, that person became Vanessa in every way possible, or worse, because
she did it. It was done at a faster pace. At least Vanessa was a gradual, like 5-year, like run to get to where she ended up in like 2022 or 2021, when like she was covered the most by, I mean, everybody.
No, yeah, like I mean, you think about it, like Vanessa has been, Vanessa's been Vanessa. Like, I mean, obviously, Vanessa, from what I remember, this goes back to about 2015. Like that's when I remember I met Vanessa online the first time. So between 2015 to 2022, right? That's like 7 years. And that other person has basically like became Vanessa in the whole 2 years, And
yeah.
And and the people that follow that person, they don't see it. Like they're really so blinded. But if you just put down like all the comparisons on paper, it's like there's like I don't know how they can't open their eyes and see, like, wow, like
Exactly. Like,
amazing.
take the names away, take the the face away, just list like online habits or personal life situations, and there's a lot of lines you can connect. I'm not bashing Vanessa. I'm just using this as an example because I'm sure she would probably like this, that she's there's an attempt on someone imitating her and stuff like that. I know she could use that as an argument if she wants, but
But I mean, but if you kind of take back, like for example, if you take back, so like remember when Vanessa came to my house, all the same people.
that too. That too.
Yeah,
Vanessa went to your house,
Vanessa,
and then so did she. I forgot about that.
yeah, when Vanessa came to my house, all the people that followed this other person, they were like, "Oh yeah, Vanessa's wrong, and all this and that, and what if Frank did this, and what if Frank did that, and Vanessa's crazy and all this stuff." Vanessa was wrong for her coming, to my house, right? And then all of a sudden, this other person shows up to my house, and it's like it was perfectly fine. But literally, it was the same people.
And
it was like the same.
I said the same thing too. Like when I was making my Vanessa videos, it's the same people that thought they were great and everything, and now they're upset because I did one like 16-minute video in the same style, doing the same stuff. So I felt like, and now I'm the biggest idiot. I'm a loser. I don't know what I'm talking about. When they were just eating that stuff up when it was someone that they didn't like. But now that it's someone that they do like, they're like, "Oh no, you're wrong. You shouldn't be doing this." Well, then they shouldn't have been doing it to Vanessa in the first place. Like I'm just proving them wrong as well.
Yeah, but I do want to mention that Lupe owes me money and he needs to pay me.
That's becoming a meme at this point.
Dude, it's like well, like he had these other pages that he was writing, like recently, Peach Pit Revisited or 2 whatever. And I'm like, dude, how can you sit there and make all these hate pages when you owe me money? I'm like, dude, come on, man. The dude owes me like 40, 50. I forgot how much it is. It's not that much, but apparently to him, it's a lot of money. But oh, he also owes Fernanda money as well.
I think yeah, she just commented. I know she's mentioned it to me before when when people ask like if I talk to Lupe or I ever lent him money. I don't talk to him. I've never lent him money or anything like that. So I don't have any stories to say.
And I think Fernanda, even though I'm not asking her, but I think I could probably talk about it now. So I remember when Fernanda, she reached out to me. This was like 2 or 3 years ago. She's like, "Hey Frank, what's your opinion about Lupe?" Because like at the time, yeah, we used to talk, but I didn't know not to lend that guy money. So I told Fernanda, I personally wouldn't lend that guy money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I literally told her because I told her, I mean, he might be cool, but when it comes down to money, I don't really would want to lend him any money. and now, well, obviously she knows that he never paid her.
Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to me, I don't like lending out money. But that's just me. Like, I the way I see it is never lend out money you're not willing to say goodbye to forever. Like, never have the assumption that they're going to pay you back. Like, always lend out money with the assumption that you're never going to see it again. And if I'm in a situation where like, yeah, I can afford to lose these, $50, I can afford to like lose these $20. Like, okay, fine. Like, here, if you pay me back, it's cool. If not, I get it.
Yeah. Like for example, I have a friend of mine. He lives in Houston, and he got into some messy situation with some situation he really wasn't supposed to, and his wife needed to go basically bail him out. So I gave him $100, but I mean that's like, but I know him. He's a family man. He works. He tried. Obviously he had some issues with his job and stuff after that, but. I mean, that's at least someone who's trying to get ahead, But Lupe, man, I just can't believe. Like, I just can't believe how this guy sits there and acts all tough when he owes people money. Like, you can't act tough online and owe people money. But and the sad part is, like, he uses the same excuse. He's like, hey, I start my job next week, and was wondering if I could borrow $20 for gas, and I'll pay you back. And then, obviously 2 or 3 weeks pass by. He's like, well, I have to come back to Raymondville, but I got a little job, but I'll pay you back when I go back, because then I'm gonna go back to the refineries. And I swear, he's asked like 100 people the same thing, and he's never paid him.
Yeah, I've heard that that's the stories.
But Starling says, Frank, that's what happens when you want Cheeseman keep giving them money. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why I just disappeared on me.
I think your follower Starling has a hard on for me because they keep talking about me.
Starling, Starling, I don't know if you're new, but like that's you've been interacting. I appreciate that. I know you asked a question, Starling. Like, what is it? Maybe 40 minutes ago. I'm still gonna get to that question.
Yeah. I'm not monetizing services. Lupus Smoke Crumbs. I've only hanged out with him a few times, and the few times that we did, I didn't see him do anything, but I do know that he doesn't want to pay people back.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
No, all right. Candidate of Raymondville. This is what I'll call you for now.
Guys, I'm gonna let Victor get back to his show, but I want to thank him for giving me the opportunity to speak my 2 cents, and with your vote, I will be the next Raymondville mayor. So we'll see what happens when it comes down to election day. But I'm counting you to give me the opportunity to at least hear me out, hear my ideas, and we'll see if we can implement those ideas into the into the 4-year.
Yeah, your platform's going to be make Raymondville great again.
Make Raymondville great again, dadgummit. All right, man. You have a good one again. I don't want to take up much of your time, but you can have somebody else. But anyway, but before I go, don't let all those naysayers tell you what you should be doing. You should just be doing what you want to be doing. Anyway, that's the end of that.
Exactly. That's true. Thank you. Well, Starling. Starling asked, is it Starling or Sterling? Okay, no. Starling is the name that I both love and hate, but that's from a TV show. Was ever great. Nick, didn't you live close to Raymondville? Or at least you were closer to Raymondville than I was. Starling asked me way earlier in the chat, and I kept highlighting it because I wanted to get to it, but I like listening to people more than I like talking, so it just kept on going. Like I think a lot of people have better ideas than I do, so I let people talk. But Starling asked if I still consider myself neutral, and I really loved that question. I loved it because I've always been hard on I'm neutral. Like I'll cover any side regardless of what's going on. And I smell chicken, so I think dinner got started without me. Yeah, I hear the chicken sizzling. But I've always prided myself on being neutral, and I think up until this week I was neutral. This week, I saw a side of me I really didn't like. I liked what I was doing. I liked that I was putting truth out there that no one else. Well, maybe Medusa. I'm not going to bash Medusa because I don't want Medusa to come up after me or anything like that. But yeah, I could honestly say, and I own up to stuff. I don't blame other people for catching me in things that aren't what I'm trying to put out there or anything. Maybe I wasn't neutral this past week. A lot of people enjoyed it. Saw a lot of growth. Saw a lot of interactions this week. Uh, but yeah, I think it's important to stay neutral. And there's a difference between staying neutral and owning up to it, or just saying that you're neutral, but really you're just sucking the teat off of someone else for the views. They started without me. Yeah, I got time for one more call. But exactly, Eva, it's hard to stay neutral when they're attacking me. They don't need to like me. They don't need to, they don't need to do anything for me. Like I probably couldn't even name more than 10 peacocks because I think that's all there is. But how do they expect me to be neutral when they're attacking me? It's human nature to be defensive, and I was defensive this week. But um, Lenore brought a good point. Lenore said, "Oh, let me see. Being neutral is fine, but exposing the truth for your community is more important." And I think I agree with that. I think maybe there is a line, a very thin line, and maybe I teetered on it. A lot of people will probably say that I still remained neutral. I'm saying that this week maybe I wasn't. I was being not petty. I was being what is it? I think the fact is that I actually put effort into someone that deserves no effort, who does plenty of bad stuff on her own. And I think that's what I didn't like. I'm not saying what happened to me was karma or anything. Like, hey, it happens. Maybe next time I'll stay at work a little bit longer, get like a breakfast taco or something, and I could have avoided all that. So we got to walk away remembering, always get that taco. Always find a reason to, you know, avoid doing things you don't want to, because I didn't want to drive to work. I didn't want to drive home this morning. I was tired. We got like one call. Maybe it might be the last one. Hello?
Hey, yo, what up, my guy?
What's up, Isabel?
Hey, this is Isabel, yeah.
Yeah, what's going on? See, you exist. I heard a rumor that you were like a fake account and that you didn't exist and that you were somebody else, that you were some guy.
Okay, yeah, there's been rumors like I'm everyone. Yeah, I think even BT at one point, so yeah, that's crazy. No, I'm just me.
Yeah.
Profile.
You're real.
I'm definitely real. Yes.
What's
There's
up?
so much I could talk about and bring up, from my profile name to the things Owen has said to the things that Gloria has said. But there is just one thing that is most important to me that I do want to address.
Okay.
And it's kind of like what I said about the other content creator, Manny. And it's kind of pretty much the comment that I put on your live. Now, it's not even really about that. It's kind of like the comment that you put on Manny's live. You put something about, there was something said on my live, but those type of rumors shouldn't be put out there, or that type of info, and that people get upset. Now, I try my best to put emotions aside when I watch these shows. Well, except for the funny parts, of course, from the other platform, but we laugh at her all day, every day, right? But I try to be pretty objective, when it comes to things. So me and Manny did have a little back and forth on the texting, and obviously, do some platforms and stuff like that. And I just want to say, at the very, very end, like when we stopped communicating, and it was really not for any particular reason. It was just, like I mentioned, he said he was going to be done because he had bigger issues. And he mentioned two of them, which was his sister and himself. And I was like, okay, like, what do I say to that? That was literally the last text I ever got from him. So I was like, okay, this is pretty sensitive information. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
whoa, like how is he just gonna lay it on me like that? So weeks went by, months went by, and that's when he was doing the shows with BT. And I was like, wow, well, he seems like he's doing pretty good, like in health wise and stuff like that. So I didn't think anything of it, like to each his own and stuff. But then he started mentioning like yourself, like when he made that show, I think it was last week on Saturday or something. He was mentioning how you were all neutral, that you weren't going to get into it, and this and that. So that's why I was like, wait a minute, like, why does it sound so familiar, right?
Mhm.
Like, yo, didn't you say this, But like I said, it wasn't said in confidence or anything like that. It was just so random the way I found out. So I
Mhm.
was like, well, maybe it's not such a big deal, like, to say it, because it was said. So I kind of put it out there. I didn't mean to disrespect anybody or, like you had mentioned, like people get upset. Like I was upset. I was not upset in any way,
Mhm.
like I just kind of wanted to put it out there. Like, wait a minute, but didn't you say you were going to take care of more important issues? Like,
Yeah.
but it wasn't me trying to, separate y'all's communication or anything like
No,
that.
I
I
mean
wouldn't do anything like
there's nothing wrong with me and Manny. I mean, like we
that.
I mean we don't talk as much as we used to. Like we used to talk like pretty frequently, and I think when more of the drama started coming out with, more stuff with Jaime getting involved, more stuff with Ophelia getting involved, I think we disagreed on some things, and I think we just quietly like stopped talking a little bit. But I mean,
Right.
we're still cool. I mean, he invited me on his show like was a couple of weeks ago. I had no issue. Like he said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" I was like, "Yeah, like like fuck it, let's do it." He threw that invite again. I would say, yes again, and just um, I mean, me and him have good back and forth. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. And like me too. Like I still watch his shows. I
Yeah, like
mean,
I
there's
watch.
no bad blood.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
watch when I
yeah.
can, and I was watching. I was even in the comments, like when he was commenting on what I had done, and I was like, "Hey, like this is just proof that like we could have a difference in opinions. We could have different, like we could stand on different like hills, and we don't have to hate each other for it." So I said, like, "Hey, no harm done. You're speaking your opinion on your own platform. Like I can't hate you for that, and I don't like he's cool. I don't have any issue with them, and I mean, I think a lot of other people would have seen that as like an attack, and it would have turned into like a whole week long back and forth and arguing and stuff like that. But there's really no need for it.
Exactly. And I like the back and forth, the difference of opinions and stuff that you all have when you're on this platform, because it would just be boring if it was all just one sided.
Yeah.
So I like that interaction and stuff between you guys. But yeah, there's no bad blood. I still watch him, like I said. No, I don't comment. And he's like, "You're welcome to make another profile or whatever." I'm like, no, that's not my thing. I definitely don't make the anymore fake profiles. Like, this is the only one I have or whatever.
Hmm.
But no, I'll still watch and stuff. But again, I didn't mean to offend anybody or just put it out there. But it was just like I said, it was so random for me, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it's like something everybody knows or whatever. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I didn't mean to be a HIPAA violator.
A HIPAA violator. Oh. Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
I'm
need to
just
work with Cecilia, and
sure.
we need to come up with like a glossary of all these terms and nicknames and inside jokes so everyone could understand it. Because there's times where like Jaime will be saying something, I'm like, I have no idea what the hell he's talking about, but everyone's laughing, and I'll just I'm lost most of the time.
Yeah, we definitely need a new urban update there. But yeah, I won't take any more of your time. Like I said, I could touch on so many things right now that I think it's been like almost a year since we've talked.
Yeah.
But the really interesting one that I wanted to talk to you about was the one with Glow and his sister. That one, there's so many twists and turns on that. And I feel like we
and
should
and
write a
and
Netflix series on that.
on
I have
that
so
one,
many notes.
my opinion on that one's always flip flopping. There's times where I'm all like, "Hey, Glow made a point here. Like, she's upset with me for something where I didn't even call her out or anything. The whole makeup thing. I don't know if you saw that post. because that didn't only apply to her. Like, it applied to her, but it applied to a general thing. Like, a lot of people are getting sick with this thing. A lot of companies, a lot of people
Oh yes,
are getting sued for
yes,
this
yes,
makeup.
yes.
And
Mhm.
she took that as an offense. She made like 2 or 3 videos, like, calling me out and stuff like that for me talking about, like, for me doing one post on makeup. But all the stuff that, like, Ophelia said, and she's okay with it. And I know they say, "Hey, it's the past. We've come to terms," and stuff like that. But I don't know if I would get that same treatment if I said, "Hey, I made that post, but you know what? We're cool. I won't talk about you. You won't talk about me. Like, let's be friends. Come comment on my platform. Let me comment on your platform." I don't think I would get the same treatment when what I did was probably just 1% of what other people have done to her. But you pick who you associate with, and like, I don't hate her for it. I don't talk bad about her. Like, as much as bad as she's talked about me, I think in the past 2 weeks, I think I've been maybe like a big chunk of her content. Um,
Mhm.
doesn't bother me. She could talk. I'm not gonna go here and make a video about Glow or anything like that. She's allowed to do what she wants on her platform. That's cool. I'm just saying, like, it's a little hypocritical that I probably wouldn't be given that same treatment for me talking about makeup in general.
No, exactly. And you see, that's what she doesn't understand. Like, you all with a platform, you all are going to be criticized, and that's what we're here to do. You know what I mean? Whether it's going to be good feedback or bad feedback, it all depends on you all, you know, and what you all provide, what kind of content you all provide for us. She wants to put her whole family business out there. Well, guess what? Like, we're going to be talking about it, you know? Like I mean, she was talking about how she met this Marine or whatever. Like, girl, you know we're gonna be talking about it, you know, like, oh, she
Yeah,
got jungle fever or something, you
I
know.
didn't even know
He
anything
was some
about
black
that.
guy, I think.
I had no idea
If
about
I'm not
anything like that.
mistaken, yeah, that was today's live, so you gotta catch up. Come on, DD.
Yeah, I need to, but yeah,
But
like,
no, no, no. I
that's
mean,
why
that's
I keep
besides the
I
point,
keep
you
my
know.
personal life, like, I mean, my private life is private. That's the whole reason it's called private. Like,
Yeah.
um when I am having a bad day, I won't do anything. I won't post anything because I don't want to bring more attention to the fact that, hey, I'm having a bad day or anything like that.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you don't drink you know, on live or anything like that. You're not there getting
Yeah.
drunk or anything.
Hey,
You're giving us
and
good
I'm putting it out
content,
there. I don't
content we
I
can
don't
discuss.
drink in general. I'm just throwing that out there. I've had the same one bottle of vodka since my 21st birthday. I'm 31 right now, and it's still more than halfway full. And I think it was my friend Nick, who's been in this chat for a while, who's helped take care of that bottle for me.
Gotcha. Well, you gotta let your hair down sometimes. You gotta let loose once in a while. Like, don't deprive yourself of that. But I mean, whatever floats your boat. Yeah, no worries. Like, we all got our own vices or whatever. But yeah, whatever floats your boat. Stick with the crazy sugary drinks that you have. And
Yeah,
again, I hope you're all right with all the ordeal that you had to go through with a car accident and stuff from earlier.
yeah,
I don't follow the Facebook much, but when you said it, I was like, yikes, you know, like what the heck happened? But
yeah.
Austin, traffic is crazy traffic,
Oh
so I
yeah,
can only imagine.
yeah. I don't think there's any rules when it comes to driving in Austin.
Okay, Didi. Well, I just wanted to give you that piece. Like I've been objective the whole time. I've been, you know, watching this show, so it was like, no, spreading rumors is not my style. I've always, you know, told the truth. Like, I refer to things that I watch. Like, you all can go back and watch those things yourself. Like, there's no rumors over here, guys. So
Yeah.
just putting it out there. And good night to everybody. I hope you get more callers and stuff like that. And
Well, I'm
of
probably
course,
gonna
different
end it
topics
because
are going to bring in the crowd.
yeah,
Yeah.
but no, I'm probably
So,
gonna end it because I smell the food and I hear dishes being done. So
oh, yes, yes, yes.
I might be
Oh,
walking into something. So if y'all don't hear from me in a couple of weeks, y'all know why.
gotcha, gotcha. Well, good night, everybody, and good night, DG. I won't take any more of your time.
All right. Well, thank you very much. You're always welcome to call, and you have some good. You make good points, and you're not afraid to say what's on your mind, and I appreciate that.
Definitely not. Thank you so much. Andale. Have a good night.
All right. Have a good
Bye-bye.
night. And with that, I think we're gonna end it. I feel bad. I told my wife, I was like, yeah, I'm only gonna go live for like 15 minutes, and then we'll start cooking, and we'll, you know, watch TV or something. I always go to watch TV because that's all I do. I'm a movie guy. So I need to, I guess, wrap this up. Thank you all for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, you're more than welcome to subscribe. If you hated this video and hate my channel, you're more than welcome to give me that thumbs down. I like looking at those when I can. Y'all have a good one. I even broke my window. Okay, I don't know if this is a fake. I'm assuming it's a fake one because she has a different image. But yeah, I'm about 5 hours away. I don't know how I could break the window and then make it back in time for me to take my daughter to school and go to work. So that's fun. I like that narrative. Let's say I broke Jaime's car also. But I'll see you all later. Peace out. Have a good one. Get some rest. I'm gonna try to.